Jabari, why do you have that thing on your head?
This thing on my head represents the Kente cloth from the Ashanti tribe of my ancestors, who also, ironically, sold me into slavery.
What are you talking about? That's not a part of Black history.
Actually, that is what Black history represents. See, the Ashanti tribe, which also wears this Kente cloth that's on my head, were the actual people that sold me off into slavery, and that's actually how slavery came about.
Who told you that? Where did you get that information from? What book did you read that in?
I got that information from history.
No, you didn't. Our history books don't say that.
Our history books actually don't tell everything that there is to know about our history, and mine more specifically.
Well, can you take that thing off your head anyway?
Nah, I'm straight.
Interesting take on Black history, huh? Well, according to what I learned, I really didn't learn anything about Black history. I learned about the 6 popular names that I think a lot of us have grown accustomed to knowing: Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, maybe Frederick Douglass, and maybe a few others like, famous track athletes, things of that nature. So today, I want to talk about why we should get rid of Black History Month. My first reason and why I believe that there should be no Black History Month is the fact that the expectations aren't clear. What do you want from us? To put on our Kente cloths for an entire 28 days, and then after those 28 days, you want us to throw back on our polo and our khakis? For me, that's super contradicting, and for me, it just does not provide clear expectations on exactly why we are having a Black History Month. For me, it's quite wasteful of time. I think that we should be incorporating Black history into our curriculums. I think that it should be intertwined with everything that we learn in school. I don't understand why curriculums and school districts and the powers that be just can't incorporate clear and accurate history when it comes to Black people. I remember growing up and being in school, and Black history was just back of your mind kind of thought. It was always just in the back of your mind. There was no clear defined roles of exactly what we were doing. We did projects, we learned about Martin Luther King, and then we carried on about our business after that. There was no real, sincere, genuine education on what Black History Month and what Black history really was. And to be honest, I'm sure there are schools out there that did that, and there were teachers that took the time, but let's be honest, after a full 28 days, all of us really forgot about Black history. And we threw on our polos and our khakis, and we carried on and assimilated right through USA, right? And we carried on and assimilated right through this world. My second reason for wanting to get rid of Black History Month is it's super detrimental to our education overall. I mean, who honestly thinks that we're going to be able to learn about Black history in one full month? Not even a full month, 28 days. How are we going to learn about Black history when we're not educating, we're not recapping, we're not reviewing any lessons on Black history for the rest of the year? It's just 28 days that we're given to learn about major pillars within the Black community. It's so detrimental to our education and how we learn as human beings. We learn from repetitive behaviors. We learn from repetition, and we learn from storing it into our memory for the long term. And so if we're only being pitched this idea for 28 days, I don't think that we're educating ourselves. And in fact, I believe that it's detrimental because we're only learning about a handful of Black pillars within the community. The third reason why I believe we should get rid of Black History Month is the fact that it's just not respectable. After those 28 days of us learning about Black history, it's like, yeah, we already did our Black history. What are we talking about right now? We learned about Martin Luther King and famous athletes, track athletes, Olympians, but why are we now in the month of August talking about reparations? Why are we talking about equality if we just got done doing a full 28 days on Black history? It's not respectable, and I don't think anyone in their right mind believe that it is respectable for only 28 days out of the year. I do not believe that we've gained the respect of our white brothers, our Hispanic brothers, our Asian brothers and sisters, and I don't think that it's respectable. What is 1 month going to do for an entire group of people that have been disparaged in so many ways that I just don't have time enough to explain? What's 28 days going to do for us? Those are my reasonings and why I believe we should get rid of Black History Month. I hope you all received it as educational and not as a slight. I'm always retraining and learning myself about history and Black history for that matter, and I hope that you all look at it in a more clearer light after those 3 reasons. God bless you.